Hello, I'm so happy I got a hold of you. Welcome back to another exciting episode of LT Showcase. Well, week 2, and we're hitting a big boy. Now, I actually have this game for the PC Engine CD, and that is Rondo of Blood. The creme de la creme of Castlevania, so I've been told. Does it live up to that hype? Let's find out.
There's a lot of games out there, some of which you've never even heard of. That's where I come in. I'm Lucious T. I've been playing games since the age of 2, and I have no life.
This is Retroactive.
You ever hear people talk about how great The Godfather is, or how amazing the Beatles are? That's what it's like when people talk about Rondo of Blood. I first came across the Cult of Rondo when I saw Rue cover it on 16-bit Gems a few years ago. It was a game I never heard of, and this was it. And it's literally the game that's featured in the intro to Symphony of the Night. I never did get why that game started off that way. And here we go, another game that we never got in the States that was released in Japan only. Now, yeah, we've gotten several versions of it re-released, but still, this is a game we never got. It quickly became a holy grail item for me, and even though I never played it, I picked up the Japanese copy a few years back, and it wasn't cheap. Now I have a way to technically play it, and wow, the wait was worth it. I'm a relative newcomer to the Castlevania series, even though I played Symphony of the Night and 64 when they were current, and I only played the 8-bit versions within the last 6 years, so this game feels like the true apex of the classic Castlevania style. Richter moves effortlessly. It feels like a true evolution, even more so than in Castlevania 4, since that game changed the whipping mechanics so much. You can jump on and off stairs, there are branching pathways that are found through secret entrances, there's a second character you can find, and even a save system, as well as a way to go back and replay levels and find alternate pathways. The boss fights are unique and intense, they have homages to the earlier games and fights while still blazing its own trail, there are excellent new and old sub-weapons, a way to do sub-weapon specials, a clock tower level, it's all here! And I guess I was wrong in my Belmont's Revenge video. You come back from death with 10 hearts in this game, which is actually even more than you got in that game. Wall meat is plentiful, enemies, some of which are later in Symphony of the Night, can prove challenging, but always fun. Now, even with the option of save states, I was enjoying my time so much that I never once thought of using them. Well, until the clock tower level. I'm sorry, that falling bridge bullshit with the bats is absolute cancer. Still, in an 8-level, supremely difficult game, that is impressive. It is easy to see why there is such a cult around this game, and I am happy to name myself now among them. This is now my favorite 16-bit Castlevania game, if not my favorite Castlevania game. Now, I went back and played through the game as Maria, the unlocked character, which I managed to unlock during a normal playthrough without knowing how to, which is just great game design. You pick up a key sub-weapon, and reason tells you to look for a locked door, which I barely found and made for a great moment of accomplishment early on. She is fun to play and has her own slew of animal-themed sub-weapons, but she also makes the game a little easy. She has a double jump, a more powerful feel, ranged weapon, although she has no life bar, so there is that. I used her to check out the alternate levels, and honestly, I could have spent more time just playing the game as any of the characters, but alas, it was time to move on, and now, it's time for some Lucious metrics. Sense of satisfaction, immense. I've played Castlevania 4, but I never truly felt like I was playing the king of the OG Castlevania formula until I played Rondo of Blood. It's hard to put your finger on it, it just feels right. Richter has a great feel to his movement while still feeling true to the NES games. The levels feel open and full of exploration while still being Castlevania levels. It is the best of all worlds. Replay value, huge. As I mentioned earlier, I couldn't put this game down, and I'm making all 4 of these videos this month at the same time because I'm in the process of tearing my game room down and moving. But even then, I was willing to put in extra time on this game. Worth picking up? Absolutely. I've gone from considering selling my Turbo CD version to it now being a highlight of my collection. Now, I don't recommend everyone going and dropping $200 to $300 on an original copy, but you can definitely pick up the PSP version or the new version that just came out on modern consoles, although I think that's only digital. Honestly, this game alone makes the TurboGrafx 16 Mini worth the pickup, so that's probably my recommended way of playing it. Rondo of Blood is that rare game that not only meets your expectations, but exceeds them. The only other games I've had that happen to in this entire 5 years of doing this were Terranigma and Secret of Mana 2, both of which are all-time greats. I think you can already guess it, but I give this my Lucious T recommendation of beat it. And there you have it. That's it for this week, guys. I could go on and on and on about Rondo of Blood. It's just so good. It's literally the creme de la creme of the old school Castlevanias. It just feels good. And during all 4 of these games, at times I would really dislike the D-pad on the TurboGrafx controller. The only time it didn't really bother me, even though it did happen a couple times, was in Rondo of Blood. So really, just phenomenal game all around. Let me know if you've ever played it. Let me know if you've checked it out on the remakes, if you played any of those, if that's worth checking out, downloading or anything. And as always, I release a new video every Tuesday. It's been so nice getting a hold of you. Take care.